Time management is one of those topics that we all know we need to improve on. But when it comes down to actually implementing the strategies, we're often left scratching our heads wondering where to start. If this sounds like you, do not worry, because in this video, I'm going to show you how to master time management so that you can finally make progress on those important tasks that you keep putting off. So let's get into it. First, take stock of how you're currently spending your time. Before you can do anything else, you need to have a clear understanding of where your time currently goes. And yes, I realize that taking stock of how you spend your time is itself an investment of your time. But trust me, it will be well worth it, because this is the only way to know if you're re-spending your time in alignment with your goals. For this exercise, I want you to track everything you do for 2 days straight. Include the date, the time, and a brief description of what you did. If you're spending your time wisely, you might find that you're re-spending your time working on things that are moving you closer to your goal. And this will give you a clear indication of where you should be focusing your time. On the other hand, if you notice that you're re-wasting time on unimportant activities, or that you're re-spending too much time on low-priority items, then you'll know that you need to adjust your time management strategy. This is a critical first step that will set you up for success in the rest of the process. So take your time and do it thoroughly. Next, identify your most important tasks. Now that you have a clear picture of how you've been spending your time, it's time to figure out which tasks are the most important ones that you should be focusing on. To do this, ask yourself 3 questions about each task. First, if you didn't do this task, what would be the negative consequences? Second, if you completed this task, what would be the positive outcomes? And third, how does this task align with your long-term goals? By answering these questions, you'll be able to see which tasks have the biggest impact and which ones you can delegate or eliminate altogether. It's also important to remember that the most important tasks are not always the most urgent ones. So be sure to look beyond the day-to-day demands of your work and consider the bigger picture. Once you've identified your most important tasks, it's time to develop a plan for how you're going to tackle them. This is where your schedule comes in. Create a schedule that works for you. There are a variety of different scheduling methods that you can use, so experiment and find one that fits your needs. Some people prefer to use a digital calendar, while others find that they work better with a physical planner. You may even find that a combination of the two works best. Whatever method you choose, be sure to include time for your most important tasks. And don't forget to schedule in breaks so that you can recharge and refocus. It's also important to be realistic when creating your schedule. Don't try to pack too much into one day, and be sure to factor in time for unexpected tasks or events. The key is to find a balance between being productive and also allowing yourself time to relax and recharge. Take some time to reflect on your schedule and see if there are any areas where you can improve. Are there any tasks that you're spending too much time on? Are there any important tasks that aren't getting the attention they need? By constantly evaluating and adjusting your schedule, you'll be able to find what works best for you and make sure you're re-spending your time wisely. Set boundaries and learn to say no. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to time management is learning how to say no to requests that don't align with your priorities. It is important to be polite but firm when turning down requests so that people understand that you're not available to help with their project. You can say something like, "I appreciate you asking me to help with this project, but I'm not able to commit to it right now due to other commitments." Be prepared to offer an alternative solution if possible, such as recommending someone else who might be able to help them. It's also important to set boundaries when it comes to your time. Let people know when you're available to work and when you're not. This will help them understand that you're not always available on demand and that they need to respect your time. You can also use technology to your advantage by setting up auto replies to emails and texts when you're busy or unavailable. This will help manage expectations and let people know that you'll get back to them as soon as you can. By learning to say no and set boundaries, you'll be able to protect your time and ensure that you're re-spending it on the things that matter most to you. Take breaks and recharge. It's important to take breaks throughout the day to recharge and refocus. Taking a few minutes to step away from your work can actually improve your productivity and help you get more done in the long run. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take a few deep breaths, close your eyes for a few minutes, or go for a quick walk. Even just a few minutes of downtime can help you come back to your work feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the next task. It's also important to take vacations and use your time off to truly disconnect from work. When you come back from vacation, you'll be recharged and ready to tackle new challenges. Don't feel guilty about taking time for yourself. It's essential to maintain a healthy work-life balance, and taking breaks and vacations is an important part of that. We often feel guilty taking time for ourselves, but it's important to remember that we're more productive when we're well-rested and focused. So take a break, recharge, and come back ready to take on the world. Let's recap. To master time management, take stock of how you currently spend your time. Identify your most important tasks. Create a schedule that works for you. Set boundaries and learn to say no, and take breaks and recharge. By following these steps, you'll be able to take control of your time and make progress on those important tasks that you've been putting off. Remember, it takes time to master time management, so don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep practicing and experimenting until you find what works best for you. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the biggest challenges you face when it comes to time management? Share your thoughts below and let's chat. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.